Hello and welcome back to The Witcher 2. So, there's been a couple of changes since my last episode, in that I've had to completely reinstall the game. In the description I've got a list of mods that I'm using, and one of those mods has been removed because it was causing my game to crash. So, the terrain might look a little bit different. I think that was the one that was making me unable to save the game, which was a little bit problematic. Because I kind of need to be able to save to actually play the game.
I think we've arrived. The Cascade, the Menhir. We need to take the path leading upwards.
Gardens in the middle of forests. Those elves really like to complicate things.
Stop whining. It's not far now.
Right, and we're here to get a Rose of Remembrance.
Beautiful legend about this place.
Because we need to regain our memories, because I think it's at the start of The Witcher 1, which I haven't played through.
Cedric also so decided.
Geralt has lost his memory, something like that.
The rose must be here.
And he still hasn't recovered all of it, but the rose might help a bit.
Alden and Cymoril. Cedric said Cymoril eclipsed even Francesca Findabair with her beauty, and Francesca's reputed to be the world's most
Also, she's just
beautiful woman.
going on about an old elven legend.
He really had visions, you know.
Right, I assume those
He has the gift.
pink ones are the
He could learn
Roses of Remembrance, since they're the only ones where there's a single bush. And I've taken all of them.
Cymoril's
apparently.
words of remembrance. Legend has it they wilt unless nourished with blood, and also if they're sold. But give it to someone you love, and it'll live forever.
Well,
This one's for you.
let's see if Geralt loves her.
Geralt,
I want you to keep it. If there's any truth to the legend, it shouldn't wilt. Even if you pluck a petal or two.
thank you.
This is the statue, Curly.
I didn't pay attention to which way around it was, whether it's if he loves her or if she loves him.
We'll get. I won't leave the brothel for a month.
6 weeks even.
Where does that woman get the gold for all this? I mean, her and the old man, they're buying a new house. And now these statues for the garden. Must be defraying the treasury. What's a town chancellor do anyway?
It'd be ploughing hard to move.
We'd never shift it in one
Are they
piece.
here to steal that statue?
I know. We'll break off the legs, the heads, remove it in bits.
Break off your own head,
I think we might be able to have a
Shut your
fight. Yeah.
Kill them!
Ooh, he's parrying my hits. And he's not taking a lot of damage. But having Triss here helps quite a lot. There we go. That was a lot easier than usual.
Watch out!
That was close. So I guess we've fallen into an old elven ruin. And we seem to be okay.
Incredible what the N-shape built before human ships ever appeared in the Pontar.
So yeah, this is an elven ruin then.
Elves possess a sensitivity humans can't ever hope to acquire. We're trapped.
We are kind of trapped. There is a chest here though. And that wall does look different. But, ooh, there's other stuff in here first. Right, what does Triss have to say?
Looks like we're stuck. Well, there must be another way out of here. Why are you looking at me that way? Do I have something on my face? What's going on in that head of yours, Witcher?
Well, let's see if the flower is gonna last or not.
Oh, you know. Stuff. You
should take walks more often. For a while there, I forgot all about Flotsam, the Scoia'tael, the Kingslayer, the whole world, really.
Nice to know I still have that power.
I need time to devise the spell. It could take as much as a few days. What do you plan to do while you wait?
I'm going to meet Yorvith.
Well, don't get yourself killed. That'd be pretty stupid now.
What are you getting at?
You're about to recover your memory, which will give you a whole new perspective on things. We'll learn what happened to Yennefer.
Uh-huh. And you expect me to drop everything and tell Roach, hey, it's been great, but I've got places to go and people to find?
You know, you could. I mean, you don't really owe him anything. I'm just afraid you'll get caught up in something and you won't be able to back out. Yorvith's a sly old elf. He's been fighting humans for a full century at least. This Letho is no common bandit either, and I shudder to think who put him on the warpath. It's a mire, Geralt.
So she doesn't think Letho's doing this himself. He could have just chosen to kill the kings, but he probably is being paid to do this by someone.
I owe you that. I owe her that. I'm prepared to drop everything. The trappings of court life, politics, the regicides. I could even live at Kaer Morhen. It's up to you.
Triss.
Let me finish.
That's
I can only say this once.
quite a lot for Geralt to think about.
If you want to go alone, I'll understand. And I won't try to persuade you otherwise.
I need to go catch the Kingslayer,
If all goes well, I'll catch the Kingslayer before you finish.
because she's got a couple of days to actually prepare the spells.
And if it doesn't go well?
Triss, do you really expect me to spend 2 days at the tavern drinking with the locals while Letho's out there taking control of a Scoia'tael unit?
No.
That's fair.
What will you do? What if Yorvith scoffs at your news? What if he says Letho's escaped and no one knows where to find him? Will we go? Will we leave the regicide to Roach and continue with our own lives?
I mean, we can't, because we have to clear our names, otherwise we're just going to be hunted for the rest of our
I'd like
lives.
to go, but I need to clear my name. Foltest's men and bounty hunters of all kinds would never let it go. We'd be fugitives, and that's not a life I'd want for me or for you. Besides, I'd feel as if I'd given up when there was still something to do. I'd feel like I fled, and as I see it, we haven't lost yet.
Whatever your decision, I want you to know you can count on me. I need a few days to prepare the spells.
I need to talk to Zoltan about Yorvith. It's not a closed conversation. We'll talk again, but only after I've settled things with the Kingslayer.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of that scene I will probably have cut. There was a mod that I had that was supposed to cover them up, but it didn't seem to work. Only for a couple of the scenes, not for all of them. So that's gonna have to disappear.
What a beautiful place.
Very.
How do you find us?
Finding those I seek is a speciality of mine.
So maybe
Now,
he
let's
was
get
just
out of here.
watching.
The Scoia'tael are out in droves.
But yes, we do need to leave. So, yeah. When we first found Zoltan, he was about to be hanged because he was affiliated with the Scoia'tael. And we talked them out of it. Ooh, rain increased the damage dealt by spells that produce electrical charges. So Quen becomes more deadly, but mages can use the rain against me. I did not know that was a thing in this game. I've never paid attention to that pop-up if it's come up before. That's interesting. Which reminds me, have I got a spell equipped? I do now. But yeah, some of the mods just don't seem to be happy recently. Because there's other bits I've had to cut out or blur. And yeah, I think I mentioned at the start of the episode, I had to reload everything. I had to reinstall the game, redo some save files. So, mods are fun, but they only sometimes work. I mean, I've been thinking of doing a modded Skyrim series, but that just crashes every 5 minutes with some of the mods I've got installed. And it'll take me a few hours to actually get that sorted, probably. Right, where are we? Ow. I just walked into a trap. But yeah, because this game wasn't working for a while, I did record some of the arena, which is kind of a mini game for this. Which, seeing as I've now got it working, that episode probably won't go out. I feel like I took the long way around to Triss has made it back there. But I might have a play around in the arena when I finish the game, just for fun. It's a very long walk back. And is it almost morning? It's starting to get lighter, I think. Right. Almost to the inn. Which, well, Geralt wouldn't want to sit there for days and just drink. Dandelion and Zoltan seem to be doing that. Come on, go in. Use the door. There we go. And the floor is slowly rendering. Right.
Good to see you, Zoltan.
Hello.
What are you doing so far from home?
It's a dog's life, Geralt, I'll tell you that much. You work your fingers to the bone for 6 years, you listen to the tirades of that old tyrant Breckenridge, you buy jewels. Then she breaks off the engagement. And there I was, learning a gavotte. Fuck it. Out of sight, out of mind. Farewell to Eudora, the forge in Novigrad, and all the world's Breckenridges. I'm a plain merchant, and I've made my peace with that.
I can't remember if we've spoken to you about all of this stuff before. What's he been doing? Yeah, I might have asked him all of these questions before, but I can't remember, so...
Requires precision, but it's well paid work.
Jewelry?
Not quite. The sorceress is building a magical contraption. Spends her days staring at it. A regular magpie eyeing a comet.
Okay, so Sheila's doing
She's getting anywhere, right?
something that requires a lot of
Got so
precision.
enraged one time she dashed a vase against the wall. Some temperament for those sorceresses. I'm telling
That
you.
sounds dangerous. Has anything interesting happened?
Triss has sniffed something out. Apparently there are prisoners on the barge in the port.
We've already been to that barge. Is there more arm wrestling to do?
Biceps holding up, Zoltan.
Hard as a bull's bollocks. Arm wrestling's a dwarven pastime.
We ought to try it sometime.
I'll arm wrestle you anytime. Now even.
Sure.
Show me those bulls bollocks then.
I mean, we've beaten everyone else here. And some of them have come to watch, by the look of it. Oh. There we go. I almost lost it in the middle there.
Your hands like a vice.
It wasn't easy.
If you ever run into my old mates Yarpin or Sheldon, promise me you'll take them on. You'll be surprised.
So that might have opened up a quest for later on. Right.
Zoltan,
You
I
of
need
this.
to ask you a favor.
Shoot.
I heard you know the local Scoia'tael.
You heard? Meaning some goat's arse and a helmet hollowed it out in the market square.
I need some way to get to this Yorvith.
You know, I don't want you thinking I'm all chummy with the Scoia'tael. And Yorvith detests me. Why would you want to see him anyway?
He knows where the Kingslayer is.
Yorvith? And here I always thought I'm a common thug. All right. No reason to sit on our arses. Come on. You can tell me everything on the way.
Okay, so he does know Yorvith and the Scoia'tael.
Lead on, Zoltan.
Tell me, who said
So
I have
he's-
contacts with the Scoia'tael?
Where is he going?
Burrito.
What a prick.
That's why he wanted to hang you for making deals with the squirrels.
What? I met a few, yes, but made no fucking deals.
What about their leader?
They say Yorvith's mad, but the Scoia'tael are at his beck and call.
Come on,
God knows what
lead
he
the
wants.
way.
Hope he'll tell me what it is.
Tell you what. a
Okay,
few
he doesn't want to lead the way.
bigger prick.
Because he almost hanged you?
Because he stirs up the locals against non-humans.
Ooh, there's a lot of loot there.
He's colluding with
Also, I should probably come back to the forge at some point, because I could do with a slightly better silver sword, I think. because it's only a silver-plated sword rather than a silver sword. So it's probably not quite as effective as I'd want it to be. Also, Zoltan's just being too slow now. Yeah, the walking AI isn't great, because he'll stop if I get in the way. And he takes weird routes.
Deeper into the forest. I hope they didn't change the password.
You know their password. What are you playing at, Zoltan?
Get out! Come on!
Yeah, I'm coming. You're the slow one.